Hey everybody, welcome back. My name is Abby. I'm with Fitness is Medicine. Today we're going to do another great workout you can do in your home. Very minimal equipment. What we're going to use is one dumbbell, one band, a ball if you have one, and then I've kind of put together a makeshift agility ladder. So an easy thing to do in your home is just use your tile floor. What I like about that, first of all, is that there's no raised pieces of equipment for you to catch your toe on, and then it's already laid out in a pretty nice grid for you. So I can explain that to you. Otherwise, you can kind of build one if you don't have a tile floor at home. You can use an agility ladder if you have one, obviously, or you can kind of build one with some bands. The only thing that I don't like about this is that there's things to catch your toe on, but you can, kind of see what you have around the house. I use some bands and some stretch straps. So I think that's all we will need for today. Remember to come into these workouts warmed up and ready to move. So 5 to 10 minutes of a cardio workout, getting your heart rate up, muscles warmed up and ready to go. Okay, we're going to start today with push-ups, and we're going to do them a little bit differently. So we're going to add a little bit of power to these, and because these are going to be a little more challenging, we're going to start with 5. If you want to do 10 still, that's great. If you're doing them on the counter and you can do more, that's great. We'll do 10. The way we're going to do them is I'm going to have you start down on the ground or, next to the countertop with your arms bent. Now I want you to push up quickly, and then we're going to go down slowly. Push up quickly, down slowly. So we'll try 5 today. So if you're on your toes, or if you're on your knees, or if you're against a counter or a wall, you may be able to do a few more, but try and see how these go. All right, so remember, we're going to start down, and I want you to push up, down, 2, 3, up, down, 2, 3, up. And you may find that that up is really hard to do. Push up, almost like you're going to jump up, up off the ground, and up, explosive. Okay, now, like I said, we just did 5. If you can do 5 on your toes and then drop and maybe do 5 on your knees, that's a great way to go about it. You can kind of experiment with it, make it work for you. But I want to work on that power. And when we work on power and strength, we want to do it on the concentric portion, not the eccentric. So meaning the flexing. When you flex your arms, when you flex your triceps, and you flex those pecs, push you up, that's the concentric part of the exercise. The eccentric is the lowering, making those muscles really work hard. Okay, great. Now we're going to stand up and do a ball squat hold. Or you could do this is another great way. If you don't have a ball, you can do a wall squat hold. You just put your back against the wall, just like we're going to do with the ball. You want to sit down so you're at about a 90-degree angle. Our goal is to hold this for 30 seconds. So think about squeezing those glutes. Think about pushing down through your heels. You want your knees right over your ankles. Think about keeping your abs really tight. Think about pulling your shoulder blades down and back, putting them in your back pocket. Breathing. Really think about squeezing those glutes. How about your quads? We've got 10 more seconds left. Breathe. Squeeze those glutes, tummy tight, shoulders back and down, breathing, looking straight across the room, not down here, and rest. All right, good job. If that 30 seconds didn't feel very long to you, you can, of course, add time to it. Conversely, if it's too long, start with 15 seconds, and then maybe do 2 sets of 15, then move on. Okay, now we're going to grab that weight. We're going to grab one dumbbell, and I'm going to have you lie on the floor, or you can also do a bridge on your ball, whichever you prefer here. But especially if you're trying a heavier weight, it's probably better to do it on the floor, so you're just focusing on one thing. Knees bent, feet flat on the floor, tummy tight, so you're pressing your back into the floor. Now we're going to push that weight straight overhead and slowly lower it to your forehead. Now I say slowly because I don't actually want you to hit your forehead. 2. Nice deep breath. Keeping that tummy nice and tight so your back is firmly into the floor. Keeping your elbows in nice and tight here. So I don't want them coming out to the side like this. You want to keep them really tight. You're only bending at the elbows here, not letting your shoulders go into any more flexion. Breathing. You're hanging on right to the ends of those dumbbells. Now, if you find that this is not challenging, grab a heavier weight. You may surprise yourself. You may be able to do more. You could also do this with a medicine ball or a weight plate, if that's all you have around your house. Maybe a gallon jug of water. One more. And 10. All right, good. Bring that down, and then you can roll it off to the side. And now we are in position for our next exercise. I want you to lie down flat, feet out straight, knees out straight. I want you to turn all the way over onto one side and then back and forth. So mimic like rolling over in bed, right? So I want you to roll all the way over onto your shoulder and up onto that hip. And then we're going to roll all the way over onto the other side. So we'll bring your hands together each time, if you can. Now, if this is really challenging for you, I want you to think about bending a knee to help with it. So I'm going to roll over. If this is really challenging and I'm on my back and I just can't get over onto my side, bend a knee and help kind of hit yourself over. And then you can do it the opposite way. Hit yourself over with that top knee. Think about keeping your abs really tight. This is a big coordinated effort of a lot of different muscles. Breathing. Using a lot of core here. If you don't need to, you can just keep rolling over with a straight body. You can pause in the middle so that you're not getting that momentum. I want you to reach all the way over. You're bringing your palms together each time. Like I said, if you're having trouble with this, bring a knee up. Help kind of propel your body over to one side. Knee up, roll, so you can get that knee going, and then that can help bring your body. Let's do one more on each side. One. And then you can put a rolled up towel here or something if that helps with your neck. But your neck is also going to be, kind of working here a little bit. So if you find that it hurts your back, or if you have trouble rolling over in bed, things like that, I hear this actually a lot, which is why you can turn it into an exercise. It seems simple, but being able to do that is actually really functional for you. And if you start to lose that ability, it can result in a lot of discomfort. So work on that. And then we'll roll up onto your side. So you start to let that blood flow return to your brain. Come on up to your hands and knees. And slowly stand up when you feel like you're ready. I'm going to grab my band here. And raise this up here. We're going to do a reverse fly in an X pattern. So I want you to grab a band and hold it up straight in front of you. So about shoulder width apart. Now, depending on the strength of your band, you may need to hold it a little further apart or a little closer. If you're using a really easy band, probably need to hold it a little closer. If it's a really challenging band, hold it a little further apart. I want you to make an X with your arms. So you can do this in a tandem stance, or a single leg stance, or even just a really narrow base of support with your feet right together. So I'm going to start like that, or if that is just too much and you want to stand with a good base of support, keep that tummy tight. Palms down, we're going to make an X with your arms. The key here is keeping your shoulders down away from your ears. So pull that band apart. Good. Just making an X. Pulling the band apart like you're trying to rip it, squeezing those shoulder blades. Keep those abs nice and tight. And then you can adjust as you go. If you're like, ooh, this is really challenging, I'm going to let it go a little more. Give yourself a little less resistance. Shoulders down. And then also, I need a little more resistance. I'm going to hold a little closer. You can decide as you go. You can kind of change it up even each time. Keeping those shoulders down. 2 more each way. Tummy tight. Breathing. 10 and 10. I think that was 10. All right. So the backs of your arms, your backs between your shoulder blades, the backs of your shoulders, that's where you should be feeling that. If you're having any shoulder pain, don't go up quite so high this way. You can also kind of make it a little bit smaller of an X. All right, now we're going to end with our makeshift ladder here. If you have an agility ladder, fantastic. If not, I have one, but it's at my gym. So I made one out of stretch straps and loop bands. Like I said, any tile floor will work great for this. So you can just pick a row of tiles, and to start, I want you to go in, out, out. So we'll start with your right foot, in, out, out, in, out, out. Really picking up those feet, regardless of the, ladder that you're using. If you're using a tile where there's nothing really to catch your toe on, you can still work on picking up your feet. This is agility. This is working on fall prevention. Now we're going to start with our left foot. Left, right, left, right, left, right. In, out, out. So if you can do this stepping safely, then try to pick up the pace. Our goal is to do this a little bit more quickly, working on that power and agility, being able to move our feet quickly. Now, we're going to go sideways. So I want you to pick your knees up high. Lateral movement, putting each foot in a square, depending on the size of your tile. You can make this work however your flooring is situated. Even if you don't have anything, you can put tape down on the floor, like masking tape, and make a ladder. You can do that on carpet. On carpet, be sure to pick up your feet too, because you can cut your toe. Okay, so go back and forth and do those a few times. Another drill that you can do is start on one side, and we're going to weave, like we're going to thread a needle all the way through. So all the way out. So both feet in, and then both feet all the way out. Picking up those feet, and then we'll go back. So start on one side, and it's like you're going to thread a needle, and if you can pick up the pace. The faster you can do these, the better for that fall prevention. When you're never really going to catch your toe on something, but when you do catch your toe, you want to be able to move your feet quickly to be able to step and recover. All right, let's do side to side one more time. So ideally maybe do the one agility drill through, and then of course you can pick up your pace here. So always end with that side to side. I like to work on those high knees and that lateral movement because it's so important. We do so much just, straight walking, and everything is in that plane. We want to go side to side, work on that lateral movement, strengthen those hips. And then you can come up with other ones. There's a million ways to kind of work on quick feet, work on agility, and keep working on that fall prevention. It's important at any age. Go through these a couple more times. You can add some cardio in between, and then don't forget to cool down and stretch at the end. Thank you, everybody. Have a great workout, and please let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.